What's up everybody, Bobby Watts here, coming to you with another video, a little bit different this time. I was going to do a video on nuts and bolts and wrenching and such, but the world's gone a little crazy this week, and due to an unforeseen illness, it's forcing many people to change their daily lives. A lot of that includes not going out into public spaces, social gatherings and such, but for many of you, you are being asked to now work from home. And while that might seem a little scary, that might seem exciting, maybe you have some questions, but luckily I'm here to help you out. I have been working from home for the last 2 years solid, but off and on for the last about 10 years, basing different operations and startups and things of that nature out of my house. And I'm literally doing this video right now from my house. It's not easy, it's not super challenging, but I feel like I figured out 5 key points to help your working from home being a lot more productive and a little bit more fun. So hopefully these tips will help you out a little bit. Hopefully they'll maybe give you some ideas, some things to think about while you are working from home until this illness goes away and we can resume our normal lives. But until then, hopefully these tips will help you out. So tip number 1. This is the most important tip that I don't even know if you read this out there. If you read books on how to work from home, I don't even know if this would exist. But this is my number 1, and it's huge. Number 1, dress like you're going to work. Now, I'm not saying if you normally work in a suit, I'm not saying you need to put on your suit, or if you're, I don't know, whatever it might be, if you need a collared shirt or dress pants or something. I'm not saying that, but it's basically don't show up in your sweatpants and slippers and sit on the couch and expect to have a productive day. For me, it's a mindset. So usually for my work day with engineering and such, I'm either on the computer or I'm turning wrenches and such. So for me, I wear a t-shirt, some sort of cargo pants or jeans, socks, and sneakers. That's it. That's the only dress up that my mind needs to know that, hey, we're working today. Now, if I were to put on sweatpants and slippers, that tells my mind, okay, today we're just kind of chilling. Today we're just kind of hanging out. So you figure out what it is that you need to wear to put your mind into that mode, like, hey, today we're doing work. But for me, that's the number 1 thing. Dress like you're going to work. Number 2, create a routine or a schedule and do the same thing every single day, just as if you were going to the office. So my schedule changes just depending on what's really going on, what needs to happen that certain day. But more or less, my schedule every day while working from home is wake up bright and early, like 4:30, 5 o'clock. We're up early. Wake up, go to the gym, come back, shower, breakfast, take the dog out for a walk, come back down. We're ready to rock and roll at this point. Just crank away for a few hours working, stop around 12:30, 1 o'clock, take a half an hour break for lunch, come back to work, go at it for a few more hours, take the dog out for another walk, come back, and then basically work until dinner. So the key parts for me is that in between working, in between those times where I'm just really going at it, either having video calls or designing or doing video or wrenching on things, putting together orders, shipping out orders, in between all that, I have my strategic breaks. And I think that that's important, that you take those. You got to take that time for yourself to kind of reset. You can't be in it all day, every day. So for me, those strategic breaks were walking my dog 2 times a day, which is good exercise for me. It allows me to get up and move around. And then also having about a half an hour lunch where I can just kind of unplug for a sec, maybe watch something on my iPad or something, just to kind of get away from it for a little bit during the day. So creating a routine and a schedule is absolutely huge. Number 3, exercise. Whether you are working at the office or working from home, I can't say it enough. After being a skinny fat kid in college, I don't mean that seriously, but just eating out all the time and drinking way too much. After having found exercise, it is the greatest thing you can do for your body, especially while a illness is going on. You want to keep that immune system up. So for me, exercising has been absolutely huge. So I try to go to the gym and work out at least, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days a week during the weekday. It's just been hugely helpful for me. And as I mentioned, taking the dog out for a walk, stretching your legs. When you're at home, it might seem a little weird, but you don't really want to go out. Once you get into your routine, you're just in it. You're just going. So for me, it really helps to have that reason to go out and take a walk. So whether that's walking down to the mailbox to get the mail, or I don't know, walking down the street, just go for a little walk or something, go for a light run, bike ride, whatever it might be. Give yourself plenty of exercise, plenty of sleep, and then take those breaks, and your body will really appreciate that, your mind too. Number 4, this one is big. This one is really big. For all of you who are in a relationship, either dating or married, I feel like this one is key. And I myself am guilty of it plenty of times, but I really try my best to stick to this one. So number 4, create a workspace where it's going to be work. And then when you're not in that space, don't work. So for example, if you have a spare bedroom available, make that into your office. If you have the basement available, make that into your office work area. Don't set up on the kitchen table and expect to get great work done. You need to set a boundary between you and the rest of everyone else, the rest of your family who lives in the house. So whether you live with your parents or your wife or kids or whatever it is, set up that clear delineation between in here I'm working and in here I'm just chilling, in here I'm just hanging out, being part of the family. So for me, at this moment, I have the entire basement, like 1,500 square feet, and I get a lot of work done here. In previous houses, I had spare bedrooms, I had garages, whatever it might be, whatever the setup is for you, that works. So I would just highly recommend just go get a little cheap desk for $50, I mean $100 at most. Get a little desk and a chair, set up a little tiny desk for you in a spare room that says, okay, I'm working in here. Tell the rest of your family when I'm in here, I'm working, please do not bother me. Now, on the same side, on the flip side, that means that if you're in the kitchen or in the family room or whatever it might be with your family, take that time to understand that, like, okay, here I'm not working. So if you're spending time with your kids or your significant other, try to make that time the time where you're not working. So if you're having dinner together, don't still be working if you can help it, because you wouldn't be at the office anyway. So do your best to try to make that clear delineation between, okay, at this time and in this space I am working, and then at this time in this space I am not working, I'm spending time with my family. If you can try to have that mindset to keep it separate, I think you'll find you'll keep your sanity, and you'll find that work isn't encroaching all on your family time while you're at home working. Number 5, go easy on yourself. This isn't going to happen overnight. So ease your way into it. I think that you are going to enjoy it. Working from home does have its perks. You might get a little bit of cabin fever, so give yourself an opportunity to get out, get some fresh air, run some errands. Those are always great to break your little rat race cycle. But the other thing too is just remember that when it's time to work, you should work. It's important to be productive, because at the end of the day, when you lay down to go to bed, you're gonna feel better if you had a productive day. You really are. So don't be watching Netflix during the day, you're working. Don't pop open that bottle of wine, you're working. Save that for after. This even goes so much as, don't do household chores during the day. Don't cut the lawn. Don't vacuum the carpet. This is supposed to be work. You're supposed to be doing your work. So try to separate that. Once again, that personal life from your work life, even though you're working out of home. It can still be fun. It can still be super productive. And there you have it, 5 ways to not lose your sanity while working from home. So for any of you others out there who work from home and you have some tips to share, by all means, please share them in the comments below. I could probably go on for days and days talking about productivity and working from home and really enjoying it. I hope that we can get back to a normal schedule and that we can all get back to social gatherings, places of work and concerts and vacations and such. But as of right now, this is what we're looking at, so we have to make the best of it. Lots of our jobs can still continue working from home, and we just have to do the best that we can. A quick shout out to all of the healthcare workers out there. Many members of my family, doctors, nurses, dietitians, they all work at the hospital. So nothing but respect for you guys. Thank you so much for keeping everybody safe and healthy during a crazy time like this. But for the rest of us who don't have to go into the front lines, for the rest of us who don't have to be there helping people out, we have the luxury from working home. So we're gonna make the best of it while we can. So thank you guys so much. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, and don't touch your face, as I'm sure I may have done during this video. Oh yeah, and if you work from home, just wash your hands all the time too, because your coworkers might be very dirty. They might not wash their hands or paws, and that could be a problem. Stay safe, everybody. Thanks for watching. See ya.